So here's the thing, when it's done properly, dream interpretation truly works. But many people never experience any real benefit because they misunderstand the mechanisms of dream interpretation and keep making the same basic mistakes. So here are the top 5 mistakes that make dream analysis confusing, ineffective, and disconnected from real life. And if you're looking for a step-by-step for Jungian dream interpretation, you can join my newsletter down below. I'll send you a copy of my book Piscis, Demystifying Jung Psychology, in which I cover the entirety of Carl Jung's work as well as dream interpretation. So let's get into it. So the first mistake is taking dream imagery and symbols literally and moralizing the unconscious. So here's what Jung says. One of the basic principles of analytical psychology is that dream images are to be understood symbolically. That is to say, one must not take them literally but surmise a hidden meaning in them. So unlike the conscious mind, the unconscious is amoral and is detached from a linear notion of time, having a more systemic and circular nature. And also the language of the unconscious is symbolic, metaphorical, and frequently emotionally charged. So a good, or let's say a terrible example, is sexual dreams with the parents. I mean, God forbid we take those dreams literally. So instead, these dreams often point to signs of enmeshment and how the individual didn't develop their own personality and is still overly influenced by the parents. I mean, there is no separation between who they are and the parents. In the same vein, people frequently dream about their parents dying, which evokes the opposite motif of the latter example. And sometimes it might indicate death in real life, but it usually shows the need or success in individuating and separating from the parents. And once again, it's not about literally killing the parents, but freeing yourself from inherited beliefs and patterns of behavior, keeping you childish, taking responsibility, and finally finding your own character. Now, the second mistake is interpreting a dream dissociated from the dreamer. So it's really a crass mistake to think you can successfully analyze any dream devoid of context and, most importantly, lacking knowledge of the dreamer's conscious attitude and life story. And in fact, the primary purpose of any dream is to compensate and balance the conscious attitude. And depending on the context, the same dream can have opposite meanings. So that said, it's important to realize a dream is always connected to a situation or conflict the dreamer is currently experiencing, and without mapping the main patterns of behavior, relational dynamics, and beliefs associated with the circumstances, any interpretation is just a guess. And this is coupled with the next mistake, so you'll soon understand why. So the next mistake is using symbol dictionaries and ignoring personal associations. So many people mistakenly believe that dream images have fixed meanings. They can simply consult a dream dictionary or worse, ask ChatGPT to interpret the dream. But the reality is that dream symbols are dependent on your subjective interpretation, emotional tone, and individual context. I mean, these tools can help spark a few ideas and perhaps recognize a few patterns, but we rarely point to the true meaning of a dream. Also, Jung says it's a mistake to use free association, as it takes you away from the dream. Instead, it's important to uncover personal amplifications and associations about every symbol and character. And that's why Jung proposes a circumambulatory process, a difficult word, but I think I got it right, in which we do our best to stay with the symbols and storyline and analyze what it evokes inside of us rather than looking for canned interpretations. Let's take an example. So the symbol of a child can mean renewal, creativity, and potential, new beginnings. Or it can mean emotional immaturity, lack of boundaries, or even narcissism. But this is still rather vague, and that's why the right interpretation is dependent on mostly two things. The first one is personal amplifications and how the symbol is being expressed. And the second one is all about context. In other words, what is happening in real life, because dreams make comments on real situations and they aren't something floating in space. Now, the fourth mistake is a really common one. substituting reality with words. So instead of people staying with the reality of what's happening and staying with the dream symbols, they will quickly try to label it and kill the experience and its effect. So here's what I mean. As soon as people see a female character, they will say, oh, this is the anima. Or when they say male character, they will say, oh, this is the animus. Or when they see something that they can really grasp, maybe a shadow, a silhouette, they will say, oh, this is the shadow. But what people fail to understand is that these concepts are not real. They're just terms and words to help us better understand inner dynamics. Because the nature of the unconscious is to be personified. So here's what I mean by that. Again, the shadow is just a word that refers to what is unconscious, but the shadow in itself is not real. What's real is the pain, fear, shame, anger, or repressed creativity. And also, the anima isn't a real entity either. It's just a word that refers to the emotional life and relationship dynamics of a man. So instead of thinking in terms of concepts and labels, observe how the symbol is being expressed and match it with a real experience or relationship and what's currently happening in the dreamer's life. Now, the fifth and final mistake is intellectually musing about dreams and never taking action. So the truth is that when dream interpretation isn't paired with action in the real world, people get lost in a world of illusions and exploring the unconscious becomes dangerous. So people start using dream interpretation as a crutch, and instead of dealing with their problems, they spend hours mentally masturbating about it and finding endless justifications to not change their ways. And that's why it's crucial to understand that integration means devoting time and energy and giving life to what's repressed, undeveloped, or asking to be created. Integration requires action and making practical changes in the real world. And that's why if you're feeling lost, isolated, or dissociated, you are doing something wrong. Because inner work should be directly reflected in our outer life and relationships. In other words, dream analysis is only worth it if you transform insights into action. And if you want to learn more about the mechanics of dream interpretation, you should watch the next video over here.